Hello, I'm Azortharion, and in this video I'll go over my BM100 PoV of the Eranog Mythic kill on Dragonflight beta raid testing. I'll go over some of my considerations for build, my gameplay, and of course I'll go over some of the basic mechanics of the boss. Alright, so let's kick it off here. Putting more CDs and pull here, like the idea was that we wanted to try and kill the boss before the third phase 2. So I was kind of focusing boss damage here, but you'll see there are some ads that need to die as well, although they're not super high priority with the current tuning. We're scaled to approximately it's like full Mythic gear, so I think obviously this will be a little bit hard on live servers. So the ads spawn here, you spread them out with those fire circles. I cleave off the big captain, which is a big mob that spawns leaping flames, which does heavy raid damage and has to be dispelled, so you stack up for a master spell there. And also does pyroblast, which is a single one-shot that can be kicked. As we spawn the fire pools that also spawn the ads, we move clockwise around the room. You'll see here, so as we get these, we try and place them close to each other, but without spreading them. What you'll see me do here gameplay-wise is I'll put up Beast Cleave before, and then I'll instantly send my pet towards the captain, which will then cleave all the small ads. The small ads fixate on you, and you can see I have one fixated on me here, but with knocks and rings and slows and whatnot, they die pretty easily, although on live servers they may be more tightly tuned because of less gear, and they'll be more of a concern than it was for us. Alright, pretty standard gameplay, because you can see the ads happen pretty much all the time, so you almost always have to, look out for your cooldown situation leading up to them. But once again, put up Beast Cleave, kill command to send in the captain. Don't let Beast Cleave drop for any reason. Okay, phase 2. So you get these walls that basically encroach in a room, and you have to kill these ads to break the lines. So as soon as this collapsing flame spawns, we're all gonna target swap to it. Later on, and as soon as that breaks, we can go outside, but you'll see behind us there's another line from the inside, and then you go in and kill the expanding flame to do the same thing. We experienced a bug here where sometimes these links would connect to the boss, which meant you could just walk through. But that was, obviously a bug, and we would expect that you have to kill it both ways. You could also gateway. Although it didn't work 100% reliably for everyone, so that was a little bit strange. Anyway, the boss basically just bounces between these two phases, but you'll see later on that the DPS check of phase 1 becomes a little bit tougher, because you'll have basically ads spawning, and then almost immediately after phase 2 starts, and you have to deal with ads and the lines at the same time. But yeah, nothing special here. Pop my CDs, my Death Chakram, get the 10% physical and everything. Stand still when I can to get the Wailing Arrow off. And stack up in melee for the Mass Dispel. This is very important as well, to make it as easy as possible. But of course, given that it's a Dispel mechanic, the Leaping Flame stat, which is a fire damage stat that hurts a lot, you can use Dwarf Racial and probably other self-clears to get rid of it. Here I get the debuff myself. I try and place it on the edge, where I know that the captain will get dragged through. So generally we drag the captain through the ads to the boss. Luckily Beast Cleave has a 10-yard radius range, which is pretty good when cleaving things that are kind of spread out like this. Alright. By the way, I'll link the setup I used in the description in the form of a log. So you just go to the summary tab of that log and you can see the talents I used. Not the best format, but you can take what I used and copy the build if you so wish. Here you can see the ads spawn, and almost immediately after the boss transitions into phase 2. And we have to clear up these ads real quick, and you can see I have one chasing me, and I'm kind of trying to run it into the collapsing flame so I can get cleaved down. They didn't do a ton of damage, so it ended up being okay, but I imagine that they'll hurt more on live servers. Alright, all pretty chill. The boss takes significantly reduced damage. I'm not sure if he's completely immune while this phase is going on, but you can send your pets in to get ready, do some extra damage while waiting, or build up resources like frenzy stacks and whatnot. There's no reason to have downtime. But, you guessed it, it's pretty much phase 1 all over again. So with pretty much nothing new to mention, I guess I'll just talk a bit about what I'm doing. I'm writing the Wowhead and Icy Veins Hunter Guides. So for Wowhead I write Marksmanship, and for Icy Veins I write for all the free specs. Other than that, I'm a Hunter Coach, and I have a Patreon where people support me, and in return they get coaching and access to Hunter coaching I've made for others. So basically I'm doing a coaching video for myself now, looking over my own gameplay, but if you're interested in something like this, where I'll record you a video of looking over your gameplay, then check out my Patreon, which is in the description below. Anyway, so as mentioned at the beginning, the goal was to kill the boss before we would transition into phase 2 again, but we didn't quite have the DPS. And we ended up having a little bit of a disagreement within the raid of whether we should commit to the boss or kill the walls, as you'll see. But this captain is basically always max prior when it's up. So you can see boss is really low here, like 10%. And here comes the final set of ads, and it's like, okay, do we go for the boss, or do we break the lines and play safe? And it ends up being a little bit of a messy ending, spoiler alert. So, but yeah, again, just sending everything here on the dash chakram on the captain, because I know it can mess with the day. And here, like, as you can see from my sort of in-game body language, we're not really decided on where to go. As some people are gating towards the boss, I'm trying to kill this. But as you'll see here, you can indeed turtle through these, and you don't have to worry about it at all. So you have to turtle through the inner one, and then the outer one, and you're safe. And now you can go back to the boss. Now, another thing worth noting here is that these ads, when they reach the boss, they explode. And I kind of forgot about that little fact, so you'll see here as they go in, they have a very, very brief period where they show a void zone around them, like right here. But it's like less than a second, and I'm just on the edge and I die, and a lot of us do. But we end up getting the kill, and things work out after all. So yeah, I hope that's helpful for you if you're checking out researching some bosses, or if you're researching, Hunter going into Dragonflight. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.